And however you feel about the president, and you do feel about the president, you can't deny that every show was influenced by Donald Trump in some way. All the late-night shows, obviously. House of Cards, the new season of American Horror Story, and of course...
Yeah, did you see that?
Next year's Latin Grammys, hosted by Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
Hey, pause it for a second. The opening show for America Horror Stories was about people that didn't vote for Trump freaking out and literally having a mental breakdown, like Stephen Colbert is right here. Go ahead. We're about to get into the Emmys that were a complete failure. Yeah, the Emmys happened last night. I know America didn't care and didn't notice. And so they had to do something to grab the attention, so they cried about Trump for the entire production. That's what they do. I mean, they got to get attention somehow. Nobody cares about these people anymore. Emmys devolves into 3-hour celebrity anti-Trump rage fest. You know, I want to take your calls on this later. We're about to hear from some nitwit celebrities. We've already heard from nitwit CNN pundits. So I want to take your calls on this later. Are these people that dumb and ignorant, or are they that blackmailed? I'm serious. What do people think? Are these actors that blackmailed or that desperate to get the next role that they'll say whatever they're told to say, or they'll say whatever will get them an award or the next role in a movie? Are these CNN pundits like Simone Sanders and Angela Rye that dumb, that ignorant, or do they genuinely want to see race baiting? Do they genuinely want to see civil war? I mean, they're telling these people, you're justified to go out and loot. You're justified to go out and riot. Okay. John Oliver apparently wins an award for variety, even though he has the stalest show ever. It's the same thing every night. The same thing everyone else is doing. Bash Trump. How did he win an award for variety? Oh, because that's how the Emmys work. You don't win an award for being original. You don't win an award for being creative. You don't win an award for dominating other programs. You win an award for bashing Trump. John Oliver bashed Trump the hardest, so he gets the award. That's how it works. Emmys TV review, Donald Trump overkill stains Stephen Colbert's hosting debut. That's right. Stephen Colbert, we want you to use your nightly show to bash President Trump. If you do that, we'll give you the role of hosting the Emmys. Colbert gladly goes along. Emmys devolves into 3-hour celebrity anti-Trump rage fest. Just goes on and on here. Emmys ratings hit record low in early numbers. Yeah, people care less and less about them. So that's why they're more desperate to try to be the center of attention. Emmys so black, why Issa Rae's comment wasn't racist. And then in this story from News One, they say black people can't be racist. So that's actually, I guess, kind of racist in and of itself. Emmys, knives out for Trump as Stephen Colbert attacks POTUS in opening monologue. So let's go to this video clip. This is a compilation of the opening monologue bashing Trump. This is supposed to be about celebrating, you know, greatness in television, greatness in acting, you know, greatness in putting on these shows. No, instead it's trying to bash American greatness, bash a president that actually cares about this country. This is the complete devolution of mainstream media. Here's a compilation of the Emmys.
I'd like to vote for Selena Meyer.
She's pretty foxy. Imagine if your president was not beloved by Nazis.
The Americans has hotter spies than the Russia inquiry. Even treason.
This isn't even entertaining. I'm already bored.
You don't have to take it from my song and dance.
No, I won't.
It's time to give this thing a chance.
Yo, Stefan, what a beautiful segue. Let me take over, I can make us some headway. I love television, it's a pleasant distraction. But just imagine taking action. I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, in fact, I'm addicted. But where's the cop show when one gets convicted? I miss the classics, I still think Matchbox. But if Hawkeye could be a soldier, why not Laverne Cox? Bob's Burgers make you smile.
So again, then Chance the Rapper says, why aren't these cops getting convicted? More people go out and riot and loot and chant and protest. Which there might be some legitimacy to that.
What a year it has been for television. I mean, the industry is booming. There were over 450 original.
The industry's booming because of Trump.
Year. Of course, there's no way anyone could possibly watch that much TV other than the president, who seems to have a lot of time for that sort of thing.
Can we just pause it right there? Just pause it right there. Yeah. Trump is about to meet in 13 different states to cut taxes. He's meeting all week this week with UN leaders. He's already met with Netanyahu. He's giving a speech tomorrow. He gives at least 3, 4, 5 speeches a week, sometimes multiple speeches a day, literally on the phone all day, working around the clock. And then this piece of television garbage comes out and has the nerve to say that Trump is lazy and doesn't work. He just watches TV. So untrue. Such an assault on reality that it belongs in 1984. Let's go ahead.
Joining us. Looking forward to the tweets.
I'm just so ready for these people to just be gone. Just gone.
Honest with ourselves. And as artists, I think we have to be honest with ourselves. We know that the biggest TV star of the last year is Donald Trump. Yeah. No, may not like it. He's the biggest star.
In the history of the world. Literally in the history of the world.
Obviously.
They're all mad. Oh, my gosh. Trump is kicking our ass. What are we going to do?
You guys are neck and neck.
America hates us.
Alec, you're up against a lot of neck. And however you feel about the president, and you do feel about the president, you can't deny that every show was influenced by Donald Trump in some way. All the late night shows, obviously. House of Cards, the new season of American Horror Story, and of course...
Yeah, did you see that?
Next year's Latin Grammys, hosted by Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
Hey, pause it for a second. The opening show for America Horror Stories was about people that didn't vote for Trump freaking out and literally having a mental breakdown, like Stephen Colbert is right here. Go ahead.
And we all know the Emmys mean a lot to Donald Trump because he was nominated multiple times for Celebrity Apprentice, but he never won. Why didn't you give him an Emmy? I tell you this, if he had won an Emmy,
I love this.
I bet he wouldn't have run for president. So in a way, this is all your fault. Why I thought you people loved moral.
Why can't you guys just be funny? You know, what happened to trying to be funny?
Walter White. He's just Walter much whiter.
A bunch of pilled out celebrities laugh.
And he never will. The president has complained repeatedly that the Emmys are rigged.
No, duh. Like, that's what I'm saying. Here, pause it real quick. Like, he says something like, the president is so outrageous. He says the Emmys are rigged. Hey, dumbass, most of America knows the Emmys are rigged. Like, this isn't new. That's like see, that's what I'm saying. These people don't understand. They literally think either everyone is as dumb as they are and as ignorant as they are, or they really just assume America's completely ignorant. Like, President Trump says the grass is green. Did you see Trump? He said grass was green. Oh, my gosh. Let's go back to the genius, Stephen Colbert.
Went after the host a few years back, tweeting that Seth Meyers is hosting the Emmy Awards is a total joke. He is very awkward with almost no talent. Marbles in his mouth.
I can do a better Trump impression than Colbert, okay? He gave it a good effort, but he's not that good. That's why he didn't win the Emmy, okay? He's upset about the Emmys right here.
An accusation. Any response, Seth?
Maybe if he would have won the Emmy, he wouldn't be complaining about Trump. Maybe if he did an original show and didn't spend his entire show bashing Trump, maybe then he could win an Emmy. So, Stephen, you might want to blame yourself and your writers because they can't make an original joke. It's all about Trump.
Campaign, Trump would not let it go. This actually happened.
See, here he is again. He can't let go of Trump, folks. He can't let go.
There was even a time when he didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged again.
Should have gotten it.
This...
Again, that endears Trump to his base. That endears Trump to the American people. They don't get it. They are so high off their own ignorance, their own flatulence, they probably... Oh, my gosh.
But he didn't. Because unlike the presidency, Emmys go to the winner of the popular vote.
Is she crying? People are crying over non-funny jokes.
Where do I find the courage to tell that joke in this room? Of course, what really matters to Donald Trump is ratings. You got to have the big numbers. And I certainly hope we achieve that
That's
tonight.
not what he cares
Unfortunately,
about.
at this
Otherwise, he'd try to do a funny
point, we have
show.
no way of knowing how big our audience is. I mean, is there anyone who could say how big the audience is? Sean, do you know?
And here comes Sean Spicer. Apparently now he hates the president, too. Oh, my God, we got Spicer now.
This will be the largest audience to witness an Emmys, period, both in person and around the world.
Wow, that really soothes my fragile ego.
Remember how they used to hate Spicer and rip Spicer? Now all of a sudden they love him.
Melissa McCarthy, everybody, give it up.
All right, so that's good. Now let's go to this clip of some other quote-unquote celebrities bashing Trump, going political at the Emmys.
Well, back in 1980 in that movie, we refused to be controlled by a sexist, egotistical, lying, hypocritical bigot. Really?
What happened to you, Dolly Parton?
And
You used to be so patriotic.
In 2017, we still refuse to be controlled by a sexist, egotistical, lying, hypocritical bigot.
She said Trump is bad.
That being said, tonight we're here to recognize
Get
some
him
men
off the
who
screen.
conduct
All right, let's go to one more. This is an actress saying she's only rooting for the black actors.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am.
What the aging process is when the cell replicates, we lose a little bit of our telomeres. Telomeres are the little cups on the end of our chromosomes.
And when it runs out, you start dying. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com.